Hey, Logan.
Hi, Logan. Logan.
Logan's AFK, it appears.
Aww. When he gets back, tell him to add me on Discord.
I think bro is
Boop. Oh. Not cool. Oh, what? Oh my gosh.
What? I found inbox.
Hmm. I'll see. I'll go and save. 900. I mean, that's about a level. Guess you could say any sort of experience that I can get right now is worth. Worth saving. What's up, Dexter? Dexter Morgan. King GS is good. You rule and reigns. So I'm doing pretty well. My king is good. How are you? Oof, oof, oof. Come on. Dude, this is like new stuff for me. I'm enjoying it. My friend Morgan, he's just right in that camp where he's like, it's the best game ever. Oof, 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 oof. I'm definitely going to need a top op before I fight that villain, but... Oof. Oh, hello there. Bro, backstab him? Oh. Oh, that's how you do it. That's fun. Okay. Just learned something. I know that like that was a feature in Elden Rings. Like if you sneak behind them. Thank you. All right. And literally if you press behind them, it does a full... Okay. Let's go. Nope. Oh. Well. What's up? Oh, he got me. Not cool. Oh. Now I'm like always trying to backstab them. It's like now I'm addicted. No fire for you. Oh my gosh. That's why I say a 3-hit combo when I expect it only being 2-hit. Alright. Alright. No boss? Oh. Going through there, I was like absolutely expecting a boss. Oh. Sup, dragon? Well, my brother, like how much I enjoy visual game art, I'm definitely going to have to say the most important thing is allegiance to King Jesus. So that's where my call, I'll be my answer. Okay, he's shooting. Oh, you're shooting something at me. Okay. Oof. Yeah, I probably shouldn't be looking through my wares. I'm being actively shot at. No more. No more. Okay.
Oh yeah, I can't help with that.
All right. So right now I'm facing a lot of physical. Ooh. But again, like I certainly understand. Absolutely desirably want a game that nothing in life matters more than that. All right. All right. We're at time. So I'm guessing once your bag's full, you have to go back up.
Yeah.
All right. Once your bag's full and go up, then let's read. All right. What's that?
I'm already at 200.
Archer, have you gone back? No, you're not? Okay. All right. Man, I'm enjoying this game. Really, I don't know if you gave me a logo, but I'm really happy that you challenged me to play this game. Before my silliness of absolutely having to do Demon Souls before Dark Souls. I really thought Demon Souls was, you know, not a spiritual successor. I mean, Dark Souls was spiritual successor. Demon Souls, I really thought it was a part of the whole storyline.
No, it is not.
Yeah. And so that it helped me like recalibrate my standards so I don't have to start all the way from whatever the studio's first creation, then make my way up. My rule is now I start at the very beginning of series. I don't like to start mid-series. And so now I think I'm gonna play Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 probably in succession.
Corey, I just found a really big important cave.
Mm.
Technically, Dark Souls 2 isn't connected to it either.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the main series game. I don't like it, in my opinion. You might.
Yeah. Well,
You have to be at the top, Charlie.
are they like literally
Hold
two
on to the
separate
back to the
worlds?
top, and then go south.
I don't know about worlds, but there's a lot of different things about it.
I see.
There is a lot of really rare.
So yeah, we're gonna JJ, I, and Bro are gonna read. If you'd like to join us, Logan.
Okay.
Hey, Logan.
Can you hear JJ?
Logan, add me back on Discord. I have a new account.
What's your Discord?
What? What'd you say?
What's your Discord?
Bang, like BANG, underscore, period, underscore, period. Add me. Corey!
Oh,
You
sorry.
sold me.
Sorry. Oh, you're just hacking away on the same block and I just restarted it. Oof. It's like Minecraft all over again. How much longer until you're full, bro? Like, what's your... So we'll just straight up yell at you when you're full, though, and you can't carry anymore? Okay.
Oh, you're in my cave. Corey.
He's like, shines.
Corey, since this is a really, really big cave and I'm not supposed to be able to be in here yet, and it's my cave, all I'm gonna do is mine this one block so I can even get into the actual cave, and then I'm gonna go mine one of the really, really big important ores, and then we can read.
Okay.
Or I can, if you want me to, I can just get off now and ignore the big ores.
I mean, in flexibility, I said, because I know how these simulator game work. In flexibility, I said that once your bag's full, then be done. You know, it is taking like longer than I was expecting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's fine. It's just a lot more generous game than I've seen like Micah play one of these type of games and like 5 minutes, like heck, 2 minutes in, his baggage is full.
Yeah. Okay, it's not a red bar anymore, so it's almost done. Please don't click anything.
I'm not going to click anything.
Please. Don't.
No.
Don't listen to him.
I try to be a kind chap. But now, Logan, I got that Dark Souls itch.
Corey, since the ores take longer to mine than the normal blocks, and it's gonna be a mesa ore, depending on how long it takes to break one ore, I might just request, or not request, but like ask if I can just hold my finger over the mouse and pay attention to the reading and not have my headphones on or care about this.
Okay.
And just hold.
I mean, yeah. Be hard not to be distracted though with the active screen on though for everyone.
I'm gonna turn off my monitor still. It still works. Just can't see it.
Okay. But the game might switch, and so I may request that you put Roblox on actually. If you turn on the monitor, it may then act like it's just one monitor. That will be your only thing about that.
The bar is yellow.
Dear sweet Lanta.
Dude, this is one of the normal blocks. The ore blocks are gonna take longer. That's why I'm not gonna do the ore.
All right. So, all right.
Come on, it's turning green. It's turning green. That means it's ready almost. It's almost done. The bar only goes to like right there-ish, kind of. So it's not too much. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. It's green.
Are you like going with the basic pickaxe at the same time?
No. I've got the highest pickaxe I'm able to get until I get an extra $2,000.
Oh.
Which then I can unlock the next area.
So you're just gonna go in there and just get one big valuable thing?
Yeah.
Unless I steal it.
All right.
Oh! Oh! Okay. Okay. Where's the biggest ore? Is this it? Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, wait. Okay, where's the biggest ore? I have that. Oh, where's the big ore? Hurry up.
All right. I will say, no matter what, F5, like no matter where you're at, you got to go back and clear your backpack and call it. Okay.
Okay, well...
So really pushing it, and since time has to be cut short because you got.
Okay. I got the last gold block. I don't think there's anything else valuable in this game, so I'm just gonna go. We're good.
Okay. Oh, do you have to pick it up?
No, it picks up.
It picks up automatically. Okay.
Let me real quick sell. Then we're good.
I was like, all right.
Ooh, look how much money I just got.
Nice.
6,000. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, bro. All right. Ready to join us, Ethan? He has headphones on. Ethan, would you like to join us for reading?
We're making business. Leave the man alone, boy.
I shall listen from here.
Okay. All right, JJ. Scoot on in.
How much sections are we reading?
2.
Good. Project first.
You want to do Bio Project first? Sure. So we did Evangelion.
Logan, I added you.
Not the main focus, boy.
Don't
Yeah.
quiero ver nada en video.
Hold on, I think I went too far.
Why
Hey,
go
Corey.
too far?
Because I was listening to. All right. Generosity. Ooh. This will be a good one. Nope. There. All right.
Yeah. Do this. Imagine being.
Imagine your friend invites you to a party. You arrive and there's lots of people, decorations, food, and drink. There's enough for everyone.
When you're hosted by someone that generous, you don't have to worry about your needs. You can just enjoy yourself and focus on the people around you.
Yeah, that's what a good host wants for her guests.
And this is the picture of the world that we find in the Bible. Creation is an expression of God's generous love. He's the host, and humans are his guests in a world of opportunity and abundance.
And we're called to keep the party going, to spread his goodness. This is a beautiful picture. But it's not the way people experience the world. Rather, we find a world of scarcity and struggle, not abundance.
And Jesus grew up in that kind of world. Under military occupation, people losing their land or families to debt and poverty. And yet, he would say things like this. Look at the birds. They don't store up food for themselves, yet they have enough. Or consider the wildflowers. They're beautiful and abundant, and they don't stress about their existence. And you all should live that way too.
But surely Jesus knew that things don't always work out. I mean, sometimes there really isn't enough.
And Jesus did experience poverty firsthand, but he viewed the world through the story of the Hebrew Scriptures, which claimed that our scarcity problem isn't caused by a lack of resources. Rather, the problem is our mindset that God can't be trusted.
Maybe God's holding out on me. Maybe there isn't enough, and maybe I need to take matters into my own hands.
And once we're deceived into that mindset of scarcity, we can justify the impulse to take care of me and mine before anyone else. And that leads to envy and anger, violence, and a world where it seems like there's not enough.
The party's over, it's turned into a battleground.
But God wants humans to experience his generosity, and so he chooses one people, the family of Abraham, and he promises to give them the abundance that he wants for everybody else. God will provide what they need. All they have to do is trust his generosity.
And through them, the whole world will see how generous the host really is.
But that's not what happens. Abraham's descendants, the Israelites, enter a land of abundance, and they promptly forget the host who gave it to them. They act like it's all theirs, and like there's not enough, and it leads to war and Israel's self-destruction.
If I were the host of this party, I think I'd just give up.
But God doesn't give up. What he does is surprising. He gives another gift.
Another gift?
Yeah, but this gift is different. What God gives is himself.
All right, in Jesus, the host himself comes to join in on the spoiled party.
And notice, Jesus lives with the conviction that there is enough and that our generous host can be trusted. His mindset of abundance allowed him to live sacrificially and generously, even towards his enemies.
And Jesus called his followers to trust in God's abundance like him.
And that's why he said things like, sell your possessions and give to the poor, or don't worry about your life. He's inviting us to live by a different story, one that is built on trust in God's goodness and love.
But living generously doesn't mean life is gonna go well. I mean, look at Jesus. He was betrayed by his friends, and he suffered.
And this was no surprise to Jesus. He knew that people would take advantage of his generosity. In fact, that was his plan.
Really?
Yeah, think about it. Jesus knows that we're all hopelessly deceived by this lie that there's not enough.
Yeah, that lie needs to be defeated.
And so that's what Jesus was doing when he gave us the gift of his life. Jesus' death was the ultimate expression of God's generous love.
Yeah, God's love can turn death into life and scarcity back into abundance.
Or as the Apostle Paul put it, you know the gift of our Lord Jesus the Messiah, that even though he was rich, for your sake he became poor, so that you, through his poverty, might become rich.
And Jesus called his followers to live like the real party has begun.
Yes, he called it the kingdom of God. And our invitation to this party is yet another gift, the personal presence of God's own Spirit that can teach us how to trust the generosity of the host, just like Jesus did.
Yeah, and when you believe there's enough, you start seeing opportunities for generosity everywhere. With our time and money, our attention.
Yes, one of the most important ways that we can experience the abundance of God's new creation is sharing with others because of our trust that God is the generous host.
All right, so what was the theme of the video?
How
Generosity.
Jesus got
All his
betrayed.
imagination.
How Jesus got betrayed, and it talked about
Mm-hmm. It's a very easy thing to fall into.
Yeah.
Anytime I say this is mine, and I don't share my abundance, that's when I am operating on a scarcity mindset. And here King Jesus comes on the scene, and even he shared the abundance of his life.
Yeah, and he says he planned to get betrayed and planned all along.
And then, so here's the thing about King Jesus, the God of the Bible. We have to, like, to serve him, we have to do it on his terms. So if you look at Jacob, remember the part where there's the stairway of heaven? He's sleeping, you see a stairway of heaven, and Yahweh's like, I'm with you, I'm going to bless you. And then Jacob just goes right there. He's like, well, if you do this for me, if you do this for me, if you provide me food, if you provide me clothing, if, then I'll serve you.
And he never does.
And so that's operating out of a scarcity mindset. It's always trying to get everything you can out of a situation. But as who declare allegiance to King Jesus, we now operate out of the abundance mindset where we generously share. That was part of the agreement. Well, you agree to that with the whole pushing. It's like, I'll allow it, but we have to read 2 sections before the end of the day. No, I said earlier, remember, when I pushed it for the reading for earlier, I said, but we'll have to read 2 sections. You're like, okay. We haven't done like short form game. We haven't done, like this was just, I was allowing to collapse everything into these 2 sections. And you said okay to that.
He let us skip out on everything because you helped with my computer. We did a quick walk to the supermarket.
All right. All right. How about this?
Well, I didn't agree to this.
Bro, you're getting quizzed today.
And I want to pray.
I have a spelling bee.
Dude, I don't have school today for a reason.
Well, get school.
You gotta
Oh.
spell Methuselah
Oh my.
in the
Ethan.
original letters.
Ethan.
All right. I want to pray. King Jesus, you're amazing. Thank you for just the abundance of ice cream, the abundance of visual arts. Thank you for the abundance of warmth and always having access to water, which, remember, hydrate, boys.
You know, I've never tried to make a biscuit already.
Jesus,
Okay, no biscuit, but a great Monday, I guess.
Jesus, you're good. And we love you. We look to you in the life that you have just shared on the scene. And so as we read the writings of the ancients, we're going to see Joseph testing his brothers, because his brothers we know betrayed him. And he's going to test them to see if they're still operating in the way of the snake. And now if we remember the themes, when it comes to testing, it's all about who's given the test. When the Satan tests you, he's always trying to bring you down. And when Jesus tests you, it's always to bring you up. Test the quality. Let's start. Their father Jacob said to them, I am the one you have bereaved of children. Joseph is no more, and Simeon is no more, and you are going to take Benjamin. It has all happened to me. But Reuben said to his father, you may kill my 2 sons if I do not bring him back to you. So just for you, JJ. So Joseph is now second in charge in Egypt. Now his family is far away and there's a huge famine. So the first time his family, they didn't recognize Joseph. They went to Egypt to get food and Joseph is testing them. And so now he's saying, now they brought food back and they're saying, if you come and want food again, you actually have to bring this younger brother that you said that you did, because I think you're a spy.
Wow, Ethan.
All right.
You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. No more biscuits for you.
You're
No,
just making them
biscuits.
for it. You're just making them for me.
I'm gonna put a lawsuit against you for annoyance.
All right, I'm going to start reading.
I dumped on the ground.
All right, boys, I'm going to start reading. Their father, okay. But Reuben said to his father, "You may kill my 2 sons," which we know Reuben is a silly goose because he tried to usurp his father's rule. So this dude is messed up. "You may kill my 2 sons if I do not bring him back to you, but put him into my responsibility, and I myself will bring him back to you." But he said, "My son is not to go down with you because his brother is dead and he alone is left. If disaster comes to him on the journey that you are taking, you will send my gray hair down the Sheol with grief." But the famine in the country was severe. When they had finished eating the grain that they had brought from Egypt, their father said to them, "Go back and buy us a little more food." But Judah said to him, "The man solemnly affirmed to us, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.' If you do send our brother with us, we will go down and buy food for you. But if you do not send him, we will not go down, because the man said to us, 'You shall not see my face unless your brother is with you.'" Israel said, "Why do you bring trouble to me by telling the man you had another brother?" They said, "The man asked a lot about us and about our family, saying, 'Is your father still alive? Do you have a brother?' And we told him these things in response. Could we possibly know that he will say, 'Bring your brother down here'?" Judah said to his father Israel, and we should certainly understand that Judah is a silly goose when it comes to his daughter-in-law Tamar. So Judah said to his father Israel, "Send the boy with me so we can set off and go, and live and not die, we and you and our little ones as well. I personally guarantee him from my hand you require him. If I do not bring him back to you and set him before you, I will have offended against you forever, because we have had not delayed. We could by now have got back here twice." Their father Israel said to them, "If it is so, then do this. Get some of the country's products in your bags and take them down to the man as a gift. A little balm and a little honey, spices and myrrh, pistachios and almonds. And take twice the money with you. Take back with you the money that was put back in the mouth of your bags. Perhaps it was a mistake. And your brother take him and set him off and go back to the man. May El Shaddai himself give you compassion before the man, so that he may release your other brother to you, and Benjamin. And me, when I am bereaved, I am bereaved." So the men took this gift and took twice the money with them. And Benjamin set off and went down to Egypt and stood before Joseph. Joseph saw Benjamin with them and said to the person over his household, "Take the men into the household and slaughter an animal and prepare it, because the men will eat with me at noon." The man did as Joseph said, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. The men were afraid because they were brought into Joseph's house. They said, "It is because of the money that was put back in our bags the first time that we have been brought in, to overwhelm us and overpower us and take us as slaves and our donkeys." So do you think they're operating an abundance mindset or a scarcity mindset? So they approached the man who was over Joseph's house and spoke to him at the entrance to the house. They said, "Pardon me, my lord. We only came down to buy the first time and to buy food. But when we came to the lodging, we opened our bags, and there each man's money was in the mouth of his bag, our money by its weight. We have brought it back with us while we have brought down other money with us to buy food. We don't know who put our money in our bags." He said, "All is well with you. Don't be afraid. Your God, the God of your father, gave you the treasure in your bags as your money came to me." And he brought Simon out to them. So the man took the men into Joseph's house, gave them water to wash their feet, and gave them feed for their donkeys. They prepared the gift for when Joseph came at noon, because they had heard that they were to have a meal there. So Joseph came home, and they gave him the gift that they had with them in the house, and bowed down to him to the ground. He asked them whether things were well. He said, Is it well with your father? Is it well with your aged father of whom you spoke? Is he still alive?" They said, "It is well with your servant, our father. He is still alive," and made... That's a fun word. I have never seen that word. I was imagining something such as bow. I want to make sure we are saying it correctly.
If Jason knows, he knows.
It's obedience.
Obeisance.
Obeisance. You're wrong.
Hey, you had the right words
Obeisance.
at least.
Obeisance. Interesting.
Obeisance.
Obeisance.
Well,
No.
at least in English you can figure out what it says. If you were in Hebrew letters, good luck.
And made
And I read shut up over stupid Hebrew.
and obeisance and bow down. He looked and saw his brother.
You can go back to making your cupcakes.
Yeah. Stupid.
Biscuits. It's biscuits.
Nope.
It's a cupcake, damn it.
Just making cupcakes.
He looked and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, "Is this your youngest brother whom you spoke to me?" And he said, "God show favor to you, my son." Then Joseph hurried out because his affection was so strong for his brother and he needed to weep. So he went to him and wept there. He washed his face and came out and controlled himself and said, "Serve the meal." They served him by himself and them by themselves, and the Egyptians who ate with him by themselves, because the Egyptians could not eat a meal with the Hebrews, because this would be an offense to Egyptians. They sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his birth. The men looked in astonishment at one another. Portions were brought before him to them, but Benjamin's portion was bigger than the portions of all of them. 5 times they drank and were merry with him. In the movie The English Patient, Count Lazio crashes a plane in order to go to get help, has to abandon the only woman he has loved in the injured state in the cave in the desert mountain. He is long unable to convince people to listen to him. When he eventually returns, she has died. He gathers his love's body and carries it around the mountain to where he had landed his plane, crying a scream that we see on his lips but do not hear, so that it is all the more fills the cinema with the silence. That was a scene in the movie that most affected me, but I discovered this reaction to be a male perspective. Not surprisingly, a woman with whom I discussed it found the most emotionally engaging moment to be the one when the woman, left to die alone in the cave, tries to draw a final picture while daylight diminishes and darkness and cold descends. You can walk home with friends after a movie and discover you have all seen different things, and you may disagree vehemently about what it meant. A movie's nature is often to leave gaps for the audience to fill, and we fill them in light of who we are. That also happens in biblical stories. In Genesis, not only is Joseph playing games with his brothers, but the author of Genesis is playing games with the people listening to the story. We cannot be sure of the answer to a question about Joseph's motivation. In the end, that is between Joseph and God. The effect of the story's unclarity is to put the ball into our court and make us examine ourselves. If I were Joseph, what will be my motivation? What do I learn from the way I read the story? Paradoxically, often the Bible works on us by leaving things unclear, making us fill in the gaps, and asking why we fill them in the way we do. Among the ironies of the story is the way Jacob is affected, as well as the brothers who were directly responsible for Joseph's being in Egypt. "I am the one you have bereaved of children," he says. "Joseph, Simon, Benjamin, when will it stop?" The grievous aspect to the irony is that Jacob is having to lie in the bed he has made. His favoritism towards Joseph as his first son by his favorite wife played a key role in the events that followed. Yet he made his bed the way he did because of his own family background. Readers of Exodus are offended by the suggestion that the sins of parents are visited on their children to the 3rd and 4th generation. But one does not have to read the Bible to learn that it is so. Yet the Bible does provide 1 or 2 spectacular illustrations of how this works out. And Jacob is one of them. The way Genesis tells the story, we cannot attribute all of Jacob's troubles to the way Isaac and Rebekah relate to him and his brother, but neither can they be absolved of some of the responsibility. Jacob pays the penalty for who his parents were. In turn, his sons pay the penalty for the person their father was. They too become experts at deception and victims of deception. And Jacob becomes the victim of their deception, both that of Joseph and that of his brothers. He goes through a bereavement over which he grieves for years when actually his son, the elder son, the woman he really loved, is still alive. All right? Anything stood out to you, Logan? All right.
Logan, if you're there, you're a bum.
Yeah, bum.
All right. We can bounce.
Okay.
All right. Love you guys. Catch you later for some great. We're going to doing great Monday tonight. So
Bye,
see you then.
bum. Bye, a bum.